Hello and God bless you. Praying that you are blessed and highly favored. I just wanted to read a verse with you out of the book of Psalms, chapter 119, verse 15. And it says, I will meditate on your precepts and fix my eyes on your ways. I'll read it again. I will meditate on your precepts and fix my eyes on your ways. It's very important that in this time of isolation and in this time of quarantine, that aside from getting rest or being restless because of all the other things that you might need to get done, or the impossibilities of not getting money or being laid off, or family members, that we take time for ourselves, and not just time for ourselves, but time to meditate on Him. And the importance of meditation is that you truly begin to just sit and soak and rest in who He is. And I would say that the spiritual discipline of meditation does for the heart, as the nutrients and good soil do for the seed and the plant. Okay, so that you can have a plant grow right, you have to make sure that you have the nutrients and the good soil for the seed of a plant. And my wife always says that she's a killer of plants. Like, she's a killer of plants because she can't take care of them. The crazy thing about understanding that concept is that when she gets the plant, it already has the soil. She's just not paying attention to it and not feeding it the amount of attention that it needs to be able to see the product that's supposed to be produced by this very seed inside the soil. And in our lives, during our time of meditation with Him, that's what He does for us. Not just do we get to talk to Him, and not just do we get to listen to Him, but we can sense Him, and we can heed His call over our life, and we can see the light shine into our circumstances in the midst of our darkness. And we begin to tell ourselves, it's me understanding that I'm not doing this on my own. In fact, I'm not capable of achieving the very things that are in front of me with my own knowledge. I need to hold God's wisdom in my hands and tell myself, God, I need you to help me to be able to decipher what these times are telling me. And it's very important for us to understand many of us have never ever gone through a situation like this. We have gone through loss, and we've been sick, and some have people been laid off in the past, and you've been betrayed by people. We've all gone through some of those things, but something of this magnitude, I don't think any of us can sit here and say we've been through it. With a pandemic that's coming out, and it's just getting everybody sick, and people are dying, and hospitals are overbooked, and you can't buy stuff, and you can't leave your house, and you got to go at a certain time, and people are watching over you, and we're having church via online systems. The touch is not available, and we tell ourselves, God, what is it that we can do? In our own mind, we might try to figure out that we know what to do. But in God, we must trust that He can give you the tools and give you the responses you are seeking, so that in turn you can do right in this season. And what I want you to really be conscious about is that you do have the time, and you do have the space to be able to give God enough time so that you can listen to Him. I get it. Schools are out. That means that you are teaching. You're the principal. You're the teacher. You're the tutor. You're all that stuff. And I get that, and I respect that. It's the same case in our house with my wife. But I need you to understand that many of the times that you were allocated doing other things. And I think God is trying to allow us to understand, listen, if I can get you to sit and just talk to me for a minute, and you know what? If you walk into a place of meditation, and I read this verse again, it says, I will meditate on your precepts and fix my eyes on your ways. What that is telling us is, I'm not going to connect my thoughts to what I should be connecting it to, so that I can understand your ways. So if you're telling me that I'm going to get through this, I'm going to stare at what you're saying about this circumstance, and I'm going to believe that through my obedience to what you have been saying, you will help me to, number one, understand the season. Number two, gain wisdom on how to respond to the season. And number three, teach me how to remain steadfast and remain patient throughout the season so that I don't find myself overwhelmed, stressed, filled with anxiety, and broken. And I'm here to tell you that God is ready. He is so ready to unleash the powers of heaven. But can I tell you something? They're already unleashed. This is the new norm. And the churches are going to reopen, the schools are going to reopen, workplaces are going to be reopened. But this right here, God is trying to establish in his people the ability to find space, to listen to him, to be connected to his commitments, connected to his commandments, connected to his precepts, so that you may understand his ways. He wants to spend some time with you. Give him the space, give him the opportunity, and I promise that it'll change your life forever. God bless you. Take care. Bye-bye.